Welcome to this B1 Printer Delivery e-learning session on a specific topic of if you don't want to use the default execution method, there is a fourth option, which is the execute via macro system. So here I'm in Business One on a sales order, and on this sales order, the customer have requested that the normal email should just be the normal document, but in certain cases, the customer can phone up and say, send me the special version, the more detailed version. It could be with the batch numbers on or something like that. And we have the option, of course, to make multiple. And I have already done that. If we go in and have a look, I have a sales order here, and then I have one I've just called sales order special. And the speciality could be various things. It could be a crystal layout with some more information. It could be the mail being sent in a different way. So you have the options to do that. But it is a bit cumbersome for a user to actually go in here and choose. Of course, they could just do that and say, yeah, let's send the special email, or let's send the normal email, or normal it being just up here. So many people like to have buttons, so you can actually make that a button runs the special if you want to, and that's what we're gonna set up in a minute. Or it could be that you had some kind of automation part of this saying if a certain checkbox is filled, then you take over these and actually run using a macro one or the other. So there's various options for this, so we just give you the option. Right now I have not done anything, it will just say to do. And I have a little button extra here about some certain limitations of this. But it's actually very simple. Here is the system where we just say to do right now. And it's simply just a command like any other that says B1 print and delivery. And then it says, hey, you need to give a number and you need to give a type. And if we don't really know what that is, you can see it says take the F1 help for more. And it will go in and tell you, yeah, what is the number? Yeah, you should take that from your report configuration. So that's over here. And you should give us parameter, either preview, print, email, PDF, fax, Word, Excel, add, and document print, meaning which of the different report actions we want to run. So in our case, if we have a look at the special one, the first thing we have in here is it's number 88. So we essentially need to say run the number 88 version of the report configuration and do an email, meaning run the email report action, which is this one. And inside this one, we can see that that just says the word special. So over in my emails, I don't have anything right now. And it says email special, and the other one is the one you have seen a few times before. Here's your email. So if I just take sales order, press here, I will get an email over here saying sales order and the default text. But if I want to run the special, again, I could go right click, but for some reason, most people don't like right click. There's technically a few extra clicks in here, yeah. So let's try and press this one instead. And we'll just run print and delivery like normal. But in our case, it used the special setup instead of the default. So that is essentially everything there is to it that you can activate instead of just pressing the buttons up here, or if you set it up by add. So what you can do in this case is, of course, to do this. But then people sometimes get a bit creative with this feature and think it can do more things. So for example, a very common thing we see in the support is we try to explain, but some people say, yeah, I've made a SQL report, separate tool of B1 Up, but I have a list of all my my system. So I want to use a line loop, which is a different universal function. And for every one of them, just send invoice or order 11, 14, and so on. And if you try to use this one, it will not work. And the reason for that is that using these commands only work on the screen that is actually the right setup, meaning 88 was set up for sales order. And if we did it over here, it would have absolutely no idea what you were doing. It would not know behind the scenes what tables were in there, what dynamic syntax meant, and what is the default contact person, anything. So without thinking, it says, yeah, of course it should work. But thinking a bit more, it cannot really work. It's just a screen you show us here with no context for it. So that is unfortunately a limitation. It's also documented, but I wanted to highlight it here just so you don't get too excited about this feature. It's for special automated parts, and that can be very, very powerful in certain scenarios, but it's not for making your own report mass delivery screen that then can do everything from the system. So with that, thank you for attending. Hope it was beneficial.